His Highness Khalifa Mohammed Sanusi II.
The CAD Invest 7.0 created another opportunity for the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, to question decisions about the economy, decisions he believes are doing more harm than good. Issues in the nation's oil and gas sector are of particular concern, as he reiterates the urgent need to unbundle the NNPC.
First is to recognize that NNPC is not a cash cow, it's a money pit. Just unbundle it, disband it, continue to implement the PIB properly, and turn them into a properly commercial. And when I say implement, it is not just to set up companies and leave the same people and the same processes and the same system, but with a different name. It means properly implement that act.
According to him, with the continued dwindling of the nation's resources, the country faces a debt trap.
The cost of servicing debt in Nigeria with the federal government is 2.597 trillion. Whereas revenues were 2.4. This is first half of 2022. In other words, debt service is now 108% of revenue. Every naira the federal government earns, goes to service debt. And it is not enough. It has to borrow to service the debt. And then begin to borrow to pay salary, borrow to pay overheads, borrow to build roads, borrow to build. Let me ask you, what do you think we are leaving our children behind? A mountain of debt. Every generation wants to leave a legacy so that our children and grandchildren will be praying for us and asking God to have mercy on us, not cursing us. You leave them with a mountain of debt. You have not educated them. Money that should go, money that we should put into their education, into their health care, even assuming this fuel subsidy is all genuine, we have taken that money to give ourselves cheap petrol. That is what we are borrowing to enjoy cheap petrol today so that our children will pay that debt. When we have not invested the money in the education and prepared them to earn and service the debt. And even though we recognize there's a problem, what are we saying? We'll continue paying until June. No plans. We have no plans for changing. Yeah, we see the problem, but we are going to continue. I'm sorry for the next president who comes in on June and says, I'm removing subsidy on day one.
Sanusi's decades of experience in economics comes to bear as he urges the incoming government to brace for hard decisions.
We can see where from the fiscal side and the monetary side, the challenges that we have, and the decisions that will be taken to correct are going to be very painful decisions. So let me first of all, please request our politicians. You must prepare the minds of Nigerians for difficult decisions. Anybody who tells you that it is going to be easy, please don't vote for him. Because it's either he's lying to you or he does not know what job he's going to get. You cannot with this level of debt service, with this level of collapse in revenue, with this level of poverty, you cannot. And you have to take corrective decisions. Tariffs on the electricity sector have to be corrected. Tariffs in the oil sector have to be corrected. But before we correct that, we have to deal with the opportunities for rent seeking. You have to close off the inflated numbers, the false numbers. And I hope that whoever becomes president in 2023, the first thing they should do is ask NNPC to document and bring evidence for every dollar they took as subsidy.
These reforms, he says, will help curb global economic shocks and help correct the wrongs of the past.